Hi friends and welcome back. Today we are here to continue watching Firefly. So this is season 1 episode 2. I believe this is the one that's called The Train Job, because I thought that was the episode we were watching last time, but no, we did it correctly. We watched the correct order and we watched Serenity, but this one is The Train Job if I'm not mistaken. I guess we're gonna find out as we watch, but I'm pretty sure I have the episodes in the correct orders. I'm just confused about the titles because I just want to understand why somebody from Fox was trying to sabotage this show from the inside. Nobody has been able to give me conclusive answers yet. My understanding is that this episode, I think it was this one, was written as a substitute, oh my god, I'm being attacked. My understanding is that this pilot episode was written as a replacement for Serenity because the network did not like that as a pilot, which is okay, that's stupid. But okay. So I think this was a last minute, written very quickly, replacement pilots to take over for Serenity. So I am so confused about how we're gonna have almost a second pilot right now, because I wonder how they're gonna go about introductions and character dynamics, considering the fact that we already know the characters. I think I already understand some of the character dynamics. So I'm very intrigued going into this, because I still cannot believe how badly this show was kind of fucked up by external forces being the network. But hey, I am very curious because I really enjoyed Serenity so much more than I even thought I was going to. I think that was a fantastic pilot episode. I would honestly argue with Fox against that. So I'm very excited that we get to continue this show right now. I have no idea what to expect, but the excitement is real. And I hope that we get a little bit more of a Zoe focus because I love Gina Torres. And I fear that was not enough Gina Torres last episode, so let's see. But thank you all so much for being here with me. Thank you to all of my Patreon sponsors who helped make this video possible. And again, if you enjoy these reaction videos, make sure you leave the thumbs up it, comments, all the good stuff that really helps with the engagement, so I can make sure, I should still keep watching it. I mean, I'm definitely going to watch it on my own, but if it's making it to YouTube, it's going to depend on how well these videos are doing, so make sure if you are liking it, you make your voice heard. But anyways, I think we should head into the episode. Thank you all so much for being here with me, and let's do it. This is a very different start from war.
Ching, sorry.
You gonna drink your alliance with me? Hey, your alliance sent the brown coat.
Those are some big bills.
Your coat is kind of a brownish color.
It was on sale.
You didn't toast. Tenants were a bunch of cowardly, inbred, pulled off of every world spinning.
Oh boy. Okay.
I said, you're a coward. Now what are you gonna do about it?
Oh, sweetie.
Face me so she could get behind you.
Ah! That's amazing. Are you kidding?
John.
Jane?
Best of luck, though.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so cool.
Jane even awake?
Oh my goodness. I asked for more Gina Torres this episode and she is delivering 1 minute in. Thank you for your service, ma'am.
Hey, that may go.
Oh.
I'm thinking somebody needs to put you down, dog.
Okay, nice.
Every man there go back inside, or we will blow a new crater in.
Damn. Can they even do that?
Damn yokels can't even tell a transport ship ain't got no guns on it.
I wouldn't be able to tell either.
So, what happened? Was there a terrible brawl?
It's so nice to see her just so okay.
Take us out of the world, Wash. Got us some crime to be done.
Okay. I love that in this pilot they're very upfront about it. The other one, I was I'm reading into this. I'm sure they're not the bad guys. This one, he's let's go do crime. Okay, we're being a little bit more expositional, perhaps. Okay, so maybe he's not gonna do the ultimate betrayal. If he's in the intro, he's important. Like, he wouldn't leave. Oh.
We're on a ship.
Mid-bulk transport. Passcode 03-K64.
What? You're...
Oh, that's something.
Wow. Damn, girl.
None of us want the Alliance on us, Doctor. That's why you're here.
Thought I was here because you needed a medic.
Well, not today.
Bad. In the Latin.
Yes, in Portuguese too.
Oh, look at this. Kaylee! Shouldn't you be off bringing religiosity to the fuzzy wuzzies or some such?
Oh, I got heathens aplenty right here.
If I'm your mission, Shepard, best give it up. You're welcome on my boat. God ain't.
He's so gonna try and get through to him. Okay, Miss K. Okay, listen, I cannot be reading into the sexual chemistry in between these two.
Kaylee, what the hell's going on in the engine room? Were there monkeys? It's dangerous in there, and I ain't paying you to get your hair played at. We work before we play.
But they were having so much fun.
While we're there, you'll stay confined to the ship.
Is the petty criminal perchance ashamed to be riding with a companion?
This guy has a very unlovely rep. I'm not sure you'd be safe.
Mal, if you're being a gentleman, I may die of shock.
There's also so much chemistry in between them.
Have you got time to do my hair?
Out.
There's also something going on there. I don't know what to think. So many things happening.
You have seen Crow. He loves to stand at the door to say boo.
Okay, that's fine. Chloe, or whatever your name is.
You have reputation. Malcolm Reynolds gets it done is the talk. I also have reputation. Not so pleasant, I think you know.
What's happening? Crow. Oh!
My reputation is not from gossip. You see, this man does not do the job. I show you what I do with him, and now my reputation for you is fact.
Okay.
My wife's nephew. At dinner, I'm getting earful.
Oh my god, you're psycho.
Here in fifth car, 2 boxes.
Such cool technology.
How long till we hit Paradiso?
Another 20 minutes. We should be in the foothills in 5.
Let's get to work.
He's a psycho, you know. Niska.
That's what I said. Oh.
Hi.
Is that a trap or just a very unhappy coincidence? Because I don't like that.
I do feel awfully useless.
You could always pray they make it back safely.
That's sweet.
Don't tell him. I never do.
Do you pray for them? Are you kidding? That's so sweet. Oh my god, for a second I thought the things they came to get were like people. I was like, oh, that's gonna be intense. That's not great.
You don't think that changes the situation a bit?
I surely do. Makes it more fun.
I think you have a problem with your brain being missing.
Come on. You stick to the plan.
This job I would pull for free.
And can I have your share?
Oh my god.
No.
If you die, can I have your share?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, see, this is definitely gonna be a problem that Maul really likes the thrill, because this is gonna get us into bad situations. I am telling you guys now. I just know.
Shouldn't be so rude to him.
Why? Because he's all rich and fanciful?
The Alliance crashed his accounts when he snuck out his sister.
Well, we could all be rich if we handed her back.
You're not even thinking that.
But we shouldn't.
Mal is.
That's not funny.
No, he's not.
Why would he take on trouble like those two if there weren't no profit in it? Captain's got a move he ain't made yet. You'll see.
No. I don't trust Jane. I don't think Maul would do that. Okay, Firefly, come save us. This is... I don't think I could be a criminal.
15 seconds.
I love that the priority is to get the cargo out and not, like, them. Oh! Yep. Okay. I think we can say they're pretty good at what they do.
The others. God, I shot my car.
Oh, damn. It actually hit him. Ah. Okay, I think the show really likes to shoot people on the pilot. Oh. Just walking right out.
Can someone find out what they took?
Handy, keep those people together.
Get the hell out.
All of the supplies.
Stole a Garian medicine.
All of it?
Every ounce.
Oh my god.
Son of a bitch.
That's like even worse than a weapon. Like, damn. Oh my god. That guy really is a psycho.
We don't get the goods to Niska on time, he'll make meat pies out of a lot of us.
If the captain's not there to finish it, if Niska finds out he's being held and may speak as to who hired him, I think we're better off being a little late.
Buck knows his stuff.
This is a nightmare.
Nothing points to us yet, sir.
Oh my god. So they can't leave. Okay.
Whatever happens, remember I love you.
Sir?
Because you're my wife.
Right.
Oh.
Sir. Honey.
I was like, you do?
They ain't the ones that stole the medicine. I ever find those people, they ain't ever gonna see the inside of a jail. I'm just gonna let them breathe deep for the rest of their lives. It's funny, your uncle never went to mentioning the Bowden's problem. Or that Joey Bloggs ate his own gun about 8 months back.
Did he?
Yep.
Is he onto them? I can't tell.
Would his job be open?
That's brutal.
We can't just waltz in and pull him out.
Someone respectable enough might be able to.
Oh.
What the hell?
Don't you dare speak to me. Sheriff, I want this man bound by law at once. That's assuming he hasn't been already.
No one's been bound.
Did you honestly think you could access my accounts and I wouldn't find you?
So I take it they ain't newlywed.
Malcolm's my indentured man, with 3 years left in his debt.
That's a good plan.
His story had kind of an odor to it.
Yes. It's not the only thing about him that does. Thank you very much, Sheriff. Come along.
That was so good. That was so good. I love that she can, like, come in handy, like, and actually help us.
Hey, how'd it go?
She hit me.
That little smile, I saw it, Kaylee.
We're not going.
Not what? Not why?
We're bringing the cargo back.
What? What do you mean back? I waited for you guys.
Aww.
There's others need this more. You already risked enough flying in there once. I don't want to get slapped around no more.
You want to explain, now's your chance.
Oh gosh. Well, how about we close the door of the ship? That would maybe be a good start.
We can't take this job, so you just relax. We'll get you all the money Niska gave us up front.
There is no even.
Is that right?
Oh my god, okay. And I thought all the shooting was bad. Aw, I love that she grabbed Kaylee. Oh my god, there's already blood on it. Are you kidding? Oh.
I was aiming for his head.
We should have maybe collected his gun when he, like, you know, was unconscious. Just a little tip for next time. Perhaps grab his gun.
Why not tell him in person?
Oh.
Didn't expect to find you coming back.
Didn't expect to be coming.
Nothing missing.
They're the good guys. Come on.
You were truthful back in town. These are tough times. A man can get a job. He might not look too close at what that job is. But a man learns all the details of a situation like ours.
He gets it.
Then he has a choice.
I don't believe he does.
Well, powerful.
Get these crates back to town.
That was really, I like that. I like that a lot. He really doesn't. Oh, he's still there.
We're not thieves. Well, we are thieves. The point is, we're not taking what's his. You explain that's best for everyone, okay?
He's gonna come back and haunt them, I think.
Use it to buy a funeral. It doesn't matter where you go. I will hunt you down. The last thing you see will be my blade.
Darn. Now this is all the money Niska gave us in advance.
I'm good. That's free for everyone.
What the heck? Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious.
She speaks nonsense. It's like a child. I mean, I still don't know what the government was trying to do with her. So I have no idea if they succeeded.
2 by 2.
She's doing math, like she's clearly unwell.
We're here about a theft. Medicine. On that planet.
It wasn't just medicine, was it?
We're looking for a girl. This girl.
Oh. Oh! Okay, it's catching up to them. Okay, this was very interesting. I kind of don't know how to see this episode as not being a second pilot just because I have that in my head. But I'm trying to see this as like a continuation. It's a little bit of both. It's hard to even explain. I'm trying both to understand this episode as a continuation of the last one and also trying to see how it would hold up as being a pilot like it was originally meant to be. So this was interesting. I think Serenity was vaguer. I think Serenity was more about like, you fill in the blanks. I don't think they needed to tell you things like so upfront. Whereas I feel like this as a pilot, I think they're trying to tell us things like way more like directly. I feel like they're telling us like, hey, these are the good guys. Because I feel like last episode, I think the lines were a little bit more blurry. Like you could tell that they were good people, but they weren't necessarily making like great actions. Whereas I feel like this episode, they very much made a point to tell us like, hey, these are the good guys. And like, hey, we're coming after this sister. You know, I feel like everything was much more like spelled out. So to be honest, I think I do prefer Serenity as a pilot. I feel like just the fact that it's 2 hours long already helps because I think I get to know the characters so much more. Sorry, this freaking mosquito keeps flying around. The timeline of this show is just wacky right now because of everything that the network did. So it's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a show with 2 episodes that feel so much like a pilot, but this kind of really does. I do want to talk about this like train job though, because that was very interesting because I feel like there were some moments and I definitely saw the Joss Whedon in this show, this episode. I mean, last episode was really well written as well, but there were just some moments this episode that felt so Joss based off like my Buffy and Angel experience. Like the fact that they would find out that it's a medicine thing was already a Joss Whedon type twist. And then the fact that they would give it back and that he would say that there was no choice, that felt so Joss Whedon. Like that, like, I don't want to call it angst, but like the feelings that it gave me, I was like, oh my god, I'm back in the Buffyverse. And I really like that case because I think, in a way, I think it really works as like sort of a pilot because it is telling us like, yeah, these are the bad guys. Like, yes, they are criminals and they will do like whatever for money. They're not going to ask questions. They're just going to go ahead and do it. But I also like that it shows that they have like limits. And like, no, they will also give it back. They won't go too far. And sometimes I guess they don't ask the question so that they wouldn't back out of it. I think this episode showed me their like lines, their boundaries a little bit more. Whereas I feel like Serenity, I think, left things a little bit more vague, which I think is interesting for a show and for a pilot because it's like you never know how far they're going to go. Whereas I feel like this one kind of established things a little bit more seriously. And Jane, though, he's such an interesting character. He really stands out to me this episode because I feel like all of the group, I can see the relationships in between them. I can see all of the ties that they're building because everybody in that ship is connected to one another somehow. And I feel like he just feels like an outsider to me. And it's interesting because I was curious to rewatch this episode to make sure that he was in the intro to know if he's actually a character that's going to be sticking around. Because he just feels kind of like unlikable, which is interesting for like a main character, like a series regular in a show, but I feel like I like all the other characters, but Jane, I feel like they're actively trying to make him like the bad guy of the bad guys, you know, like the one who really does not care and would only do things for his benefit. And I get that they needed to do that again to like reestablish what we had already seen in the last episode, but right now I just don't understand why we have Jane around, because I feel like if I was Maul, I would be a little bit worried about him and what he could do. Like, I don't think I would want him in my ship. I don't think I would trust him in my ship. And the fact that he's the one who like would take over, of course he's the one who would take over when, you know, Maul is not there and when Zoe's not there, but there's just something about him. Like, I don't think I get his character yet, because I think there's got to be more complexities to him. I don't think he can just be the bad, annoying guy who wants to betray everyone, because there's not too much to that. And I feel like there's got to be more to that. So I'm actually very excited to get to know his character more and see if there's anything underneath that we're not seeing that he's like masking, or if he's really just kind of a dick. And if so, can we like, I don't know, throw him off the ship or something? That's so Battlestar Galactica, but you know what I mean. Oh my god, I made a sci-fi reference, guys. Aren't you proud? This is a proud moment for me. What else? Kaylee was amazing. Kaylee was amazing. It feels really good to see her not be in pain this episode, I have to say, because last episode, I mean, we have to talk about the like bullet hitting characters to episode ratio in this show, because like, okay, we have characters getting shot every episode. That's a lot. And maybe we should work on that, because that stresses me out a little. I mean, it was Jane, so I was like not too worried this episode, but last episode, they definitely got me. So it was nice to kind of like be able to see her and not have to worry about her well-being, because I think last episode really freaked me out. I genuinely thought maybe she was a goner. Even though I think that the Serenity introduction to Kaylee, I prefer it, because I'm always gonna have the first impression I have of her is always gonna be her on the outside of the ship. I don't know, like twirling a little umbrella, like just looking so happy, upbeat, and just good vibes only, you know. And of course, there's also good vibes here, but I think here they immediately presented her as a part of the crew, like mechanic, like, you know, big brainy, and, you know, the first impression I had of her in Serenity is just so, it's less about her job and more about her as a character and just being so upbeat and happy. And I kind of really, that's the vibe that I took from her for, you know, for the future. So I do like that introduction, but I like that we get to explore even more of her and how she fits in and how, yeah, she's totally okay with crime. Like, okay, Kaylee, let's go, girl, whatever she wants. And her little friend, the Brazilian, I should probably learn her name. I feel like they call her the companion and stuff. I don't know if she actually has a name or if I should just, you know, start calling her Commie or something. Commie kind of sounds like she's a communist, but I'm sure that's fine. Anyways, little Miss Commie Brazilian. She's great. I really like her. And I was afraid because in the same way that Jane feels like a little bit of an outsider to the group, I think out of everyone else, she would probably feel, well, I guess there's also the doctor and the sister, but I just mean that like, out of like the main group, she's the one who I couldn't see exactly how she was going to fit in. Because the doctor, even though he's not like a part of the group yet, I know exactly where he fits in. He fixes the bullets because people get shot every episode in this show. I see his point. And the sister is sort of like, obviously they're coming for her. I see why she's in that story. You know, she's kind of like attached to him, and then also there's definitely going to be some people coming after her, and it's definitely going to cause some chaos in the future, and I'm ready for it. But you know, when it comes to Miss Commie Brazilian, I wasn't sure how she fit into the story. I think what stands out to me is her dynamic with Mal, because there's definitely something there, and I don't know why. I think I've been like seeing so much sexual tension in between all these characters in this ship that I'm not sure is there, but I feel like I see sexual tension in between everyone, because I saw it with her and Mal. I saw it with her and Kaylee, like for sure. And then I sort of see it in between Zoe and her husband, but then I also maybe sort of see it in between Zoe and Mal. I mean, they did the whole like fake marriage trope. Like that's so like setting up a romance, but at the same time I'm like, is it though? Because he could totally be with Commie Brazilian, but then at the same time I'm like, but the Brazilian communist needs to be with Kaylee, so I feel like I'm seeing a lot of chemistry here that I'm not actually sure is there. That they're creating very interesting relationships in between them, and I guess I wasn't sure how she was gonna fit into the dynamic of the group, but the fact that she was the one who had enough, like, sort of, I would say, power to go in there and grab them, I think that was pretty badass, because it showed me how she can help us, not just like in being in the ship, but what she can actually do to help and, like, I don't know, further our crime agenda or whatever. So I think it really worked. I mean, Zoe was great this episode. I'm still waiting for us to focus a little bit more on her. I thought that we were going to be exploring Zoe and her husband because I feel like they weren't in the forefront of Serenity. But, you know, I guess they can't be in the forefront if we're sort of doing another establishing pilots, but maybe next episode, because I think that her husband, he's definitely proving to be a badass because he's really good at what he does. And I like that he stands his ground. He's like, of course I'm not leaving without my wife. Like, I like him for that. I want to see more of him, you know, so maybe next episode we're going to get Zoe and the hubby, whose name I should probably also know by now. It was something interesting. Was it like Wash, maybe? It was something definitely that I was like, oh, that's a name that people have. Okay. What other characters? I mean, the doctor. Yeah. Oh, interesting. I think Serenity focused a lot more on the doctor than we did in this episode. But then again, I feel like Serenity being a 2-hour pilot, it's easier for them because it's so long that you actually get to have more time to explore the characters. But the doctor was pretty good. I can sort of see how he's fitting in, but then I think what's more interesting right now is actually the sister. I think they focus a lot more on, I believe her name is River. I think they focus a lot more on River in this episode in the sense that we kind of get to see a little bit of what's going on in her brain, and we get to see that, like, I don't think they're going to wait too long to have the threats coming after her. And I do wonder if this, the guy who hired him for the, like, who hired them for the train job is actually going to start hunting them down. Because if we have multiple threats coming in, that could be pretty intense. I feel bad that all I refer to this is as a pilot, but, like, matter of fact is they definitely wrote this as a pilot episode. You can sort of tell. But I do think the case over here, the fact that there was actually this whole, I think the medicine thing really worked for me. I think in that way, this episode was better than Serenity, which is good. It's always good when, like, the episodes keep getting better and better, because if the show peaks in the first episode, it's like, oh, okay, where do we go from here? Now I'm curious about how Serenity fits into the show, because it's such, like, these characters meeting each other for the first time, like the doctor, like, there's no way they could put Serenity in, like, chronologically it doesn't work. So did they just do Serenity as sort of like a flashback episode, like say nothing about it and just be like, yeah, this episode's a flashback, we're cutting away from, like, our natural chronologic passing of time, doing a flashback episode and then going back to normal. I'm so intrigued by this. Like, honestly, but hey, the episodes are working, the story's working, I'm intrigued, I'm into it. I'm very glad that, like, it didn't sort of go downhill, because sometimes it can be really easy to have, like, a very intriguing pilot episode, and then when you actually have to flush these characters out more, and when you actually have to, like, go into the story, it just kind of loses a little bit of its charm. I don't think it lost its charm. And I also have to say that the Brazilian communists' relationship with Book is one of my favorites. Like, I can already tell that's going somewhere, and I like it because they feel like sort of the opposite characters to each other, and the fact that they're finding ways to talk and bond. I am just excited to see where that, like, relationship is gonna go. But yeah, I think those are the overall thoughts on the episode. I thought, again, very solid episode. I am very excited for us to head into the next one, because like I said, this definitely did feel like they were trying very hard to present me to who these characters are, and I think I had already sort of understood a little bit from the Serenity pilot, so I think there were definitely still some pilot vibes in this episode, so I'm excited for us to, like, watch the next one and sort of, like, let the pilot thing behind and fully lean into the show, understand what they're trying to do and how the, like, day-to-day episodes are sort of gonna, like, work. I'm assuming it's gonna be maybe like a case of the week. Like, this week was the train job, next week is gonna be some sort of other job. So I think we should read the title of the next episode in order to come up with predictions. Next episode is called Bushwalked, I think, and I have no idea what that means. Cannot make a single prediction, but I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. So I guess I really cannot come up with predictions for this. So I will see you next episode. Thank you so much for being here. Another really good episode. So I will see you guys for the next episode. Stay safe, big hugs, lots of love, and bye.